What's up, guys, and welcome back to Beyond the Void Horror Podcast. My name is Alex, and today we're going to be doing a spoiler-free review of a Lovecraftian film called Glorious, out now on Shudder. Let's check it out. So yeah, obviously I'm not going to pass up on a Lovecraftian experience of any kind, even if it's on a smaller budget like this movie does. But don't let that scare you, because this movie packs a hell of a punch. So what is Glorious about? Well, Glorious is about a guy who's heartbroken on the road, missing his ex-girlfriend, and he stops at a remote resting area to kind of get his head straight because he's tired, and he becomes locked inside the bathroom with an entity, a god of the Lovecraftian world, that is talking to him through a glory hole in the stall. He has to figure out why he's there and what's going on to try to get out. And some pretty crazy shit happens. I already knew that this movie was going to have like a bunch of humor in it. It's not so overdone, but it's done in a very dark sense of humor way. And there is even a twist sort of to the end, although I did see that one coming, and I know it's annoying when people say that, but I really did this time, and it kind of reminded me of another movie that I can't think of. But even still, this movie does so many different things with the lore of Lovecraft that I admire, and they used it in the story making of this film to make it even more authentic and fun and real, and it added to the story, in my opinion. Obviously, this is a smaller budget film, but it is very smart in how it uses it and how it makes this world seem bigger than it is by adding a story elements that are mysterious, funny, bloody, gory, and a hell of an entertaining ride. Plus, you get J.K. Simmons, who does the voice of the god. How can you go wrong with that? I mean, fucking J.K. Simmons is a goddamn national treasure. Like, I love him and everything. Now, this movie is directed by Rebecca McKendry, who did a feature film called Psycho Granny that I have not heard of. She also has done All the Creatures Were Stirring. She was a director in that, along with one of the writers also did a short film in that as well, because they're a director as well. But All the Creatures Were Stirring was actually a pretty good Christmas anthology, and she's got an upcoming movie that she's doing called Elevator Game. We have writers Joshua Hall from Chopping Block, David Ian McKendry, which I assume is related in some regards, who's worked with the director before on all of their projects, and Todd Rigney from the splatter-tastic sort of indie budget film called Headless that we've reviewed on the podcast before. An interesting mix of a lot of different people doing one great thing. Some of the stars in the film is Ryan Quanten, who was in True Blood. He played a pretty good crazy character in that. He was also in Them, the TV show. He's done a lot of different things, but those are some of the more recognizable things you might know. And obviously J.K. Simmons, who does the voice of the entity. There are a very small cast in this movie, but don't let that scare you. Like I said, this movie packs a serious punch. It is going to make you interested from start to finish. Even if you know the twist by the end, it's still a fun ride, and I admire it. I had a really good time watching it. And honestly, like, you know, when it comes to Lovecraft, I mean, I'm a lush. I love shit like this, and I love independent films that really push the boundaries, make the world seem like a bigger world, even though they had such a little budget, and this movie does that in spades. Like, they really know how to push the boundaries with the mystery and just doing certain things. They shoot it well, they light it well, they make it stylish. There's just a lot of really funny things that happen in the movie, and it is just a really good film altogether, in my opinion, for an indie film. Like, this is exactly what you hope to get when you make an indie film, is to make it as big and awesome as this is, in my opinion. Now, I don't know how much money they spent on it. I say small budget because it just seems like one of those ideas. You know, there is some CGI, there is some practical effects in this that work together really well in this, and of course, play off the Lovecraftian lore, which I absolutely love, because a lot of Lovecraftian creatures, which a lot of people don't realize, is, you know, you can't even look at them because you'll go fucking crazy or something will happen to you. And this is kind of a rather deep cut in one of the gods too. It's not like, you know, something that you would expect, like the most popular one or anything like that. So I really appreciated that. I really enjoyed my time with it. And I really liked the end of the movie. I thought it was how it should have ended, really. I will definitely be picking this up on Blu-ray if Shudder releases it. Please release it. I would love to add this to my collection 100%. For an indie film, Lovecraftian style, I give this an 8 out of 10 easily. It is well above average, and as far as indie films go, it's entertaining as hell. And, you know, only thing that keeps it from getting it to be a 9 is some minor stuff, really. So you may enjoy it more than I did. You may enjoy it less because you're not into indie films. But if you like indie films that really push the boundaries, I think this will be one that you will enjoy and probably add to your collection as well. It's out now on Shudder, so if you want to watch it, step into the wild fucking side in this bathroom with a glory hole. I mean, how can you, I mean, that's just hilarious. There's one scene in this movie, by the way, that had me rolling because, and it's just something that they did with the writing and the acting and the performances all really mesh well. J.K. Simmons being the god is just the icing on the cake, man. It's like, it just makes this movie so much better. They were so smart to pick him. I'm so glad I got to see this. I would love to hear what you guys think about this. Are you excited to see it? Have you seen it? And what did you think about it? Did you enjoy it as much as I did? Were you expecting more? Just can remember, this is a smaller budget film, so you're going to be getting a lot for a little. And I really think that the acting and everything in this was actually very well done. It is not a hard watch at all. So let me know what you think in the comment section down below. And if you enjoyed this video, please hit the like and subscribe button, as well as hitting the bell notification so you know when I got all my videos coming out. There's more on the way. Thanks for coming by, and as always, long live the void.